Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Noel Tate, one half of the Velvet Drapes from Trapped in a World, the Howard the Duck podcast, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Sorry, no, I put your name on this thing. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're still here at the end. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, a man who has never been accused of murder. It is
Justin the Owl. Although this is a murder of a tale, so I might get murdered at the end of this episode by Phil.
well, we're going to do it a month-long April Fool's prank, but I think the prank's on us, kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you feel my pain on those superhero movie brackets.
Oh, absolutely.
This is what it's like on the other side, so I have to do it every episode. So
you had to do a whole year of that.
At least that was only once a month.
Yeah, at least we can cover this in 1 month. It's not like a whole year long.
But yeah, no, kid. This is all month, so this is like, I think it's like 6 issues at each episode, so it's around like 24 issues. Yeah, and some of them are larger, like Avengers: The Crossing, which we'll get to.
Yes.
Tonight. I don't know what we do. Okay, all right, so let's get into this. All right, so tonight we'll be talking Avengers 390, Iron Man 319, Avengers: The Crossing #1, Force Works #16, Iron Man 320, and Avengers 391.
Yes.
Force Works. Avengers West Coast by any other name.
Avengers West Coast minus Wonder Man.
I know. I stopped reading Force Works for a while after like the 3rd issue or so because I'm like, that was just a first issue cliffhanger. They'll bring him back. Then
Yeah.
Was it
I
like
kept expecting them to.
I know.
Yeah,
Then issue 9, they had like the funeral. I was like, what the F?
Yeah. I was like, wow, they're actually going through with it.
I know. He didn't come back until they came back from Heroes Reborn. Reborn. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kurt Busiek and George Perez series. Yeah.
He wasn't back till like what, 98 maybe? I was like, oh,
98. Yeah. That was quite a while. Yeah. What, 4 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
94. Oh.
Yeah. Simon stayed in for a long time for Marvel. Yeah, I was surprised by that too. And some of the other characters that they paraded out in Force Works, as we will soon discover, didn't really keep my attention.
What the F? Exactly, Ray. Exactly.
Moonraker.
Moonraker. All right. That sounds kind of. Never mind. I was gonna say that sounds kind of dirty. He was sure orbiting Julia Carpenter. That's all I'll say.
Web me up, Julia.
Whoa! All right, so what happened in this first one? This Avengers 3. Oh, this is when that boy Tuck appears.
Yes. And this was such a shame too in multiple ways, because leading up to this in the Avengers, you had what I thought was a really interesting and unique lineup for the team, with a lot of variety in the roster. You had Hercules, who was an Olympian god. You had Circe, who was one of the Eternals, and one of the more powerful members of the Eternals. You had Crystal, who was a member of the Inhuman royal family with some pretty badass elemental powers, and her estranged husband, Quicksilver. And then you had like, the usual mainstays like Captain America and Hank Pym and Black Widow. But I thought it was a great little team. It had a lot of really cool variety in the roster, and they changed up the Vision again, which I thought was cool.
I mean, yeah,
And then when this story came on, I was like, "Damn, they're gonna just take all that good stuff and just flush it down the toilet," I guess.
well, yeah, it's like Black Knight's gone, Cersei's gone, Cap's basically off in his own book, Thor is basically off
Mhm.
in his, and again, at this period, they've basically depowered Thor and Hercules, so
Yeah, and Hercules, they even changed the way that he spoke for a while. He wasn't doing the usual Olympian "thou shalt
I'm
not" and all
trying to
that stuff.
remember, they might have did that with Thor around this time too, I don't know if they just thought people were sick of it or what, but
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? It was just,
mhm.
and I think they even comment on it in one of these issues. It's like, "Oh, Hercules, you're talking different today," or something like that. I forget who it was that made the comment, but somebody actually said that to Hercules.
And damn it, I mean, we don't even get leather jackets in this story, I don't think.
Yeah, no leather jackets with the A on the arm.
Exactly. Well, we get a swim party at the beginning of this thing.
Yes, that's true. At least we get a little bit of skin, and we get
I for
a biscuit in the
a
form
little
of
bit. Did you
swordsman
see Crystal?
with the gown.
Oh, no, oh, no, it's an apron. No, but no, that swimsuit's all cut out. I mean, she's basically just wearing pasties. It's
It's a walking wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, and I love the strategically placed apron. That's hilarious. Yeah,
lockjaw just hanging out by the grill.
looking for some scraps.
Oh, yeah.
The artwork in this issue at least is good.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think that the artwork by Mike Diodato and Tom Palmer. I think the artwork was really good in this issue,
Yep, yeah,
especially when they had the close-ups on their faces and stuff.
yeah, Deodato penciler and Tom Palmer inker, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So that was one thing I enjoyed about this issue was the artwork. I thought was really
oh,
good,
yeah.
especially when they were sitting around the campfire and Tucker, whatever his name, comes along. Um, I liked that part. I thought that was cool.
What about shirtless Hercules?
Oh, shirtless Hercules and shirtless swordsman. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
what a biscuit that second swordsman was. It's like,
My
jeez,
favorite biscuit.
why did they get rid of him so soon? Where did he go so quickly?
Kinda just disappeared when they all went in the Heroes Reborn.
Yeah, yeah. Him
Alright,
and
alright,
Magdalene went off and did their own thing.
alright, as a connoisseur of fine biscuits, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about a shirtless Hercules with no nipples?
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. I was like, "Wow, is that an Olympian thing?"
Oh,
And he got rid of the beard too, which I
yes.
thought was strange. Like, I can't get behind a beard, a clean-shaven Hercules. Like, it's that's too weird for me. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just so weird because, oh, and then Janet Van Dyne's having problems with her fortune, which we'll
I
get
know. That
into
was weird
detail later.
too.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Oh, what about Death Cry?
Oh, Deathcry, yeah. That was another, good piece of variety in the roster of this team. You had a member of the Shi'ar as
Mhm.
well hanging around.
But no, Tuck basically gets him to hallucinate or something, or
Yeah. Having peyote visions sitting around the campfire.
yeah. But then at the end, he comes to Crystal's daughter Luna and calls her big sister. So, okay,
Mm,
part one. Tell me if you got this. I just took this as, oh, hey, it's just gonna be like a straight up time travel story.
yeah.
Maybe there's a villain from the future. Maybe it's Kang. Just but
Mhm.
there's gonna be some time travel.
Yeah, that's what I thought too,
Yeah.
some definite time travel stuff. Yeah. And I thought too, did Quicksilver and Crystal have another kid? Or did she have a kid with somebody else before they were married? I remember at the time I was thinking about who it could have been, but yeah,
Because he calls this little girl big sister. I was like,
yeah, Luna, yeah,
But yeah, again, and again, it's like their ranks are kind of. I mean, yeah, you got Hank and Jan back, but it's like, yeah, no Black Knight, no Cersei, uh, yeah, no
no,
Cap and Thor
no
at the time.
Captain, yeah, no Thor, yeah,
Even at like the time when it's like, we'll get into this. It's so weird because it's like, oh yeah, supposedly Force Works, it's off being its own thing, but we're pretty mingling with the Avengers pretty easily here.
Yeah, Iron Man's coming and going from the mansion willy-nilly, and he's got this door set up in the basement all of a sudden, and
Oh yeah, that damn
yeah.
door, because yes, the mansion has reappeared. That bunker's been destroyed. The mansion's reappeared, and except with this mysterious metal door, and I'm just like, do you think when they originally put that door in, did they know what was coming? Because
I
I
don't
mean, we'll get
know.
into what the
Yeah.
shambles this story is, but it's like, did they like, okay, we have a door, now we have to come up with a damn story for it.
Yeah. What's behind the door? I don't know. We've got a month to figure it out. Let's work on it. Yeah, you've got to wonder if they knew what the ending was going to be when they started this, or if they just kind of flew by the seat of their pants.
Yes. All right. Then the next part was Iron Man 319
Oh, yeah.
with new writer Terry Kavanaugh, because I believe I read somewhere where it was like, yeah, was it like Len Kaminsky was writing a book for a couple of
Yeah,
years.
he was, yeah.
I think he
And
heard
what
I think he heard when the crossing was coming. He was like, what it was. He was like, no, I'm out. I'm serious. I swear I read that somewhere.
I believe it. I totally believe it to be true. I wouldn't doubt that
Uh,
for a moment. And that's a shame because I really enjoyed his run on Iron Man a lot.
oh, me too. That's another name. I keep thinking like I need to do more interviews. That's a name I should
Mm,
try to get. Len
yeah,
Kaminsky. Yeah.
that'd be cool. Talk about his Iron Man run because there were some great stories in his run. And he worked on the book for a few years, wasn't he? Like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Oh yeah, something like that. I
He was on
mean,
there
yeah.
for a while. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed that run of Iron Man. That run really got me to be a fan
Oh yeah, me too.
of Iron
Yeah,
Man
like oh yeah, first first appearance of that War Machine armor.
again.
And yeah.
The remote controlled suit,
Yeah.
and then that really flashy suit in number 300. I actually
Oh
liked
yeah.
that one a lot.
And then
And then this armor in number 319.
yes, was that armor supposed to be a big clue? Because it did look more menacing, big
It
bulky, more
did.
menacing. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looked like a villain, like almost a Crimson Dynamo or something like that. Yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
weird and clunky looking.
And I don't know if this is just because it's a new writer, but it starts in his Arctic bunker where he left off last issue. But it's like you basically get the quick synopsis of like Iron Man's early years,
Mhm.
in the cave, Yinsen, all that, and then
Yeah, we get the flashback, yeah. It's
because
interesting too if you look up this issue on Marvel Online, the brief one sentence synopsis says, "Scarlet Witch is confronted by Scarlet Witch." Oops.
oh yeah, I'm looking at it on the app. Yeah, oh yeah, I didn't even notice it.
Whoops.
Oops. I mean, she's in the issue real quick, but yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
that doesn't happen. And then yeah, he's going through all these holograms, and then he's like the father's yelling at him, but then this weird thing with the mother, which keeps like coming back up. I'm like,
Yeah.
was something going to be done with the mother? Because I don't think they ever paid that off.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't remember, at least in the issues that followed this.
And
Eh
unless we were gonna do something with a teen, de-age him instead of like just bringing a teen Tony Stark from the past. I don't know, but
Yeah, it's
well, that
hard
was
to say.
that was an alternate timeline. That had to be an alternate timeline because we never
Yeah.
returned that kid to the past.
Yeah, that's true.
He just went into Heroes Reborn and came out adult Iron Man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to cover that one page with that Avengers annual because Tony Stark's like, yeah, we all merged.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the epilogue.
So it's like again he was the regular Tony Stark at the end of the crossing, which we know what happens to him, and he was the teen Tony Stark who
Uh, at the same time. Yeah.
continuity.
Uh, timey-wimey stuff.
Oh man, don't write a crappy comic book story, kids, because one day someone's gonna have to jump through
Uh,
flaming hoops to like put it right.
and they'll have to make a whole mini-series just to fix it, potentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, the art in this Iron Man issue is good too. I really like Tom Morgan.
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been a big fan of Tom Morgan, and I liked it a lot when he was on Iron Man regularly.
And again, I don't know if that armor was supposed to look menacing, but I did kind of like it, especially that like page, almost splash page of it.
Yeah, yeah. Tom Morgan draws a really good Iron Man armor, but yeah, I
Mhm.
love that part where he flies up into orbit and then just kind of disappears. It's cool.
But then yeah, then he does some kind of suborbital thing so he can get back to LA because yeah, Stark Enterprises has a thing with Starcore.
Old Starcore. Yeah,
Yes. And all Tony's friends thinking, oh, there's something weird going on with Tony.
yeah. He's romancing Bethany Cabe on the side
Yes, again, yeah.
again. On again, off again romance with Bethany Cabe is on again.
Man, he loves them. He loves them redheads almost as much as Lilith Hellfire.
Yes, he does. That man has a penchant for redheads.
Wow, that is some shot of her in his sport coat and nothing else.
Oh, I know, right? Wow.
Ah, the 90s.
Yep. Cleavage for days.
I was gonna say those things are pretty big there. I mean,
Barely restrained beneath that silk blouse.
I know it's the 90s, but I'm like, did that Stark Medical plane cover implants? So it's like, oh, I wouldn't put nothing past Tony Stark.
Yeah. Bethany, you want some implants? Sure, I'll pay for that. In fact, I have a doctor that'll do that today.
Oh, yeah, her name's Erica Sondheim. That's the thing. I mean, there probably are, but I've never heard of a female doctor who did cosmetic surgery like implants like that. It's always anytime I hear it, it's always a
Yeah,
male doctor.
totally. It always does seem to be a man. Yeah.
That just hit me. I was like,
Now that needs to be a show, a series of some sort,
can you
like
imagine?
a nip tuck, but with a female
Yes.
doctor. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like you go to medical school, they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna specialize in?" I want to play with boobs. Make them bigger. Yeah.
All day, every day.
Uh, so yeah, and then he starts kissing her, and he starts crying.
Yeah. Oh
Seem-
man, there's a
seems
lot
like
going on with Tony in this one.
Yeah, like I said, it seems like he's having mommy issues, but then that
Yeah.
gets kind of. Uh,
Ugh.
then he's at Force Works, and Scarlet Witch is none too happy because
Yeah, they get into a big blowout. She's getting right into his face.
yeah, she's like, you put me in charge, and then you ignore my orders at every
And
chance
you're
you get.
gone all the time.
Then of course he's not paying attention, he just takes off.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, okay, Wanda. Sure. See ya."
Yeah. And then at the end, basically Tony's calling Jarvis, and it's like, "Oh, we're gonna set up we're gonna have a party for the I don't know if he even says it here, but it's the anniversary of the forming of the Avengers." So,
How coincidental.
well, not a bad issue, but a lot of setup. I mean, new
Yeah.
writer, and we're kind of setting up things to come.
Nothing really happens. Yeah, I mean, he just really the only monumental thing is that he gets the new suit of armor in this issue.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I don't know if that's supposed to be a big red hair, like a big sign of stuff, because I mean, as far as I know, well, I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
looking at it now, it kind of feels that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
did that issue 300 armor get trashed last time? It might have, because he was fighting that
I, oh,
molten guy.
that
Yeah.
slag thing. Yeah. I feel like that armor did get beat up quite a bit in that story. Yeah. But I liked that one. I missed that.
Yeah, it was like modular, like he could like attach other crap to it as he needed
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I really liked that one.
Mm.
And it looked nice and sleek too. It
Yeah,
didn't
you
look
know
so
what?
like boxy and cumbersome.
Yeah, yeah, you know what? We need to put a bunch of those on the list maybe for next year, like,
Mm.
from the remote control armor,
Yes.
maybe up to like right before the crossing something.
Yeah. We'll cover 300 issue number 300. That story
Yes.
with
He puts
was it
all his
Ultimo?
yes, and all his friends in armor. Yes.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, we should definitely cover some of that next year.
Yeah. Or even before that, like from like the first, when he builds the War Machine armor, then it's like,
Y
oh hey, he's dead.
and
James Rhodes has to take over.
yeah, and he fights the Masters of Silence,
Oh yes, those
those
ninjas.
cool
Yeah,
cyber ninja guys. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, that's great stuff. I think didn't Len Kaminsky wrote all that, didn't he?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
Hell, I
we
would
should
do
get
Iron Man every week, man.
We gotta do at least a whole month of Iron Man next year.
Oh, at least. Oh,
At least.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to Avengers: The Crossing #1.
Ugh. Boo. I think this was the worst of this batch. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I didn't get any of my floppies out. I read all these on the app, but this was the one was like, didn't have like a foil cover or something, or
Yeah, something like that. Or embossed or something. Yeah.
yeah,
Ugh. What a waste of
because it opens up with yes, our female Yellow Jacket coming back from the Guardians of the Galaxy's 30th
Mhm.
century, where she had been for a while, but
Yeah, and they actually I loved that because they found a good use for that character finally. Like she had been kicking around in the background for years, and then finally she got flung into the future and actually found like a family of an actual purpose with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved that. I thought
I
it was
know.
great.
And then it's like, I guess that book ends, so they're like, yeah, let's send her back home so you get killed.
Yeah, right away. It's just oh god, so bad.
But yeah, she comes back, but she doesn't hit the right year because yeah, she pops in and Hawkeye and Black Widow are fighting some troops. They're the only two Avengers left,
Mm,
supposedly.
mhm.
But then yeah, Widow sees her and says, "It all started with you. Stay away from the mansion."
Yeah.
Uh,
She sees Thor and rocking his new armor. Everybody's wearing new costumes as well. It should be noted in
oh
this.
yeah, she jumps back a little bit. Yeah, she sees Thor in that costume. What did you think of that Thor costume?
Oh man, I forgot about that. I don't mind that one as much as some of the other ones that he's had over the years,
Yeah, but
actually.
it's almost like a teen girl outfit 'cause his chest is covered, but he's showing like his midriff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think I like the headdress piece. I thought that was kinda
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
looking.
yeah. Those
Yeah.
ones where it like covers most of your head, but the whole your
Yeah.
face is open. Yeah,
Right. I liked that. The spikes though, I was like, what is all these giant spikes doing on Thor's armor? Like
and there's like a
on the
chain
costume.
connected to Mjolnir.
Y- Yeah, that's totally 90s. So extreme.
Exactly. But then she tries to chase after Thor as he's flying away, and she jumps back again.
Hmm.
And then, oh god, yes, we see the headline: Feds call Cap traitor.
Yes, yeah. I love that.
God, just because you backhand one general while you're trying to get to a cosmic cube with Hitler's brain in it, you know?
Small details, you know.
Exactly.
Collateral damage. The
Mark
military
what
knows all about that.
one Mark the beginning of Mark Wade's first run on Captain America.
Yes.
Then she sees Iron Man flying over in that armor. But then she jumps again and sees
Yeah.
the Avengers trying to break into the mansion.
Yeah. She gets a brief glimpse of the mutated wasp there for a moment.
Yeah,
Oh God.
and Jarvis saying, "I'm the only one he'll recognize. I can't let it end like this."
Yeah. Can't let it end like this.
But then,
Oh, and then this blonde woman with her dialogue box is all black like that. Have you ever watched the Venture Brothers,
no,
the animated show? Well, there's this character on that show called Dr. Girlfriend, who's basically like this voluptuous female, but she has a voice, a deep, gravelly voice, just like this. Every time she talks, she sounds like this. And when I was reading the dialogue for this woman, because it's all in like this black uh black word bubbles. I imagined her voice as Dr. Girlfriend's. Yes, at the appointed time in the appointed place, you have crossed back home. There is not much time, Yellow Jacket. If he finds out I'm here, he'll kill me. But you must leave this place before it begins.
Nice.
So that at least made me giggle while I was reading the crossing. I was like, "Oh, cool! It's Dr. Girlfriend."
Yes, a very shapely young woman, and she has like almost like cybernetic implants in her legs. I'm like, who is this? 7 of 9?
Yeah, this would have been about the same time as that, I think, too.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
then the young woman disappears. Yellow Jacket. Oh, the mansion door opens and a shadowy figure's there, and she's like, "Oh, thank
Mhm.
God it's you." You're not gonna believe what happened to me. He says, "How unfortunate for you," and throws a blast from his hand.
Yeah, I already know.
And then
And
they
there's a
shoot.
witness.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
witness to
window.
this up in the
Yeah,
window. Yeah.
yeah. But we see him drag her body in, and later it's like, oh, we found traces of her DNA, but she's basically been vaporized. So he had to take her in the house, go somewhere, and
Y
vaporize her.
yeah. Ugh. That's bad. And it would have taken time to vaporize a full-grown body like that.
Oh yeah, wasn't she wearing some kind of armor?
Yeah. Yeah.
30th century armor too.
Right.
Oh god, that could have gone horribly wrong if he had got his hand if he started checking out that future stuff, the
Oh,
future tech.
exactly. Yeah, the
Oh,
future tech. Yeah. Yeah.
but
That could have
then
gone very badly.
yeah, but 3 hours later in the subway.
Yeah, I love this, how there's this old woman getting mugged and she's saved by the Avengers.
I know. Yeah, Giant Man, Crystal, the Beast shows up for some random reason.
Yeah, the Beast was back with the Avengers for a little bit.
Because I don't think he shows up in the rest of the crossing. I'm like, why is the Beast
I
randomly in here?
Yeah, I totally forgot he
I
was
mean,
in
I
this,
like
to be
Hank
honest with you.
McCoy, but it's just like it's just
Yeah, I love it. I
randomly
love
here.
it when the Beast is in the Avengers. Like, that's some of my favorite Beast, actually, is when he's in the Avengers.
Was it just somebody wanted to throw him in, or were there plans to maybe include him in the Avengers again? And the X-Men office was just like, no, 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 no.
Oh, yeah, yeah, no, we've already got him in planned in 3 different X-Men books. You can't have him in a 4th Avengers book.
Oh, but it's the '90s, and you guys are doing such great numbers. Give us an X-Man to put on in this book. Come on.
Exactly. We don't have Wolverine on the roster yet. You've got to give us one of the X characters to play with, and the Beast is already an Avenger, so it makes sense.
They're like, you already got Quicksilver. Come on.
Yeah,
We let you
that's
take
true,
Quicksilver
actually.
from X Factor, and
Yeah, they already have their mutant for the quota.
oh, but yeah, they're trying to stop this guy. Oh, again, the guy pulls a cop's gun, and Hawkeye shows up and shoots the guy through the hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I actually like Hawkeye's new costume in this.
Even with the oh, here's the leather jacket.
Oh, yes.
In this panel,
Yep.
is wearing that leather jacket.
And Wanda's rocking one too a few pages later.
Oh, oh wait, Crystal's wearing one too. Okay, so we got some leather
Yeah,
jackets in here. Okay,
I think this is when they were starting to phase them out.
then we see Tony walking around and reminiscing about the mansion. Is this the original mansion?
Yeah.
Oh look, I love that Captain America rug.
Yeah.
But once again, we get that flashback of like him with his mother. I'm like, was there gonna be something with that mother? Because
Yeah. It
they're
looked like they
they're
were trying to go somewhere with
I
that.
know they were leaning heavily into that mother, and then all of a sudden, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. And there weren't any, like, as we'll see in the issues coming up later, there weren't, like, any, like, allusions to somebody, like, using that as part of their manipulation of him.
Yeah.
Like somebody posing as his mother in some vision or something.
Yeah, because I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's in contact with a woman. I mean, I've read I've read the part issues for the first two already, but it's just like I don't think she ever appears as his mother.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
Again,
it's so
again,
weird.
I think this was a lot of seat of their pants, last minute.
Totally. And I feel like this issue, the crossing, didn't need to happen. Like all the stuff, none of the things that happen in this issue couldn't have been shoehorned into the regular Avengers title in the form of some subplot or maybe a main plot and stretched over the course of it a couple of issues. This didn't need to happen in a issue of itself. Like nothing major happened here.
Imagine the letter S as a dollar sign. So much had to happen here, Justin. I was writing it out. All those S's would be dollar signs. So much.
Embossed foil cover and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really, what's the only thing of consequence that happens is this issue and is those murders, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you could have put that in an Avengers book.
totally. And there was a brief encounter that Hercules had with Dr. Girlfriend. There's
Oh
no
yeah.
time for reminiscing, godling.
What?
But yeah, nothing like all this stuff could have happened in the regular Avengers book.
But yeah, they're examining that door, that mysterious door again, and it's still like, is this the same mansion? And that's when Beast comes downstairs and says, whose rookie card did he find? Oh, his Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Oh yeah.
They found it under a loose floorboard.
He's wearing a backwards baseball hat. I love it.
In the 90s. You know what? I'm
Yeah.
guess so. I mean, we all know this is true, but I guess in the 90s they thought, hey, people are going to buy this because they think it's important if we put some kind of special cover on it.
Yeah. Though this was the time though, I think what 94, 95 when that was huge.
Oh yeah,
But I think this was I think also around the time where people were starting to maybe get sick of it a bit. And
yes,
maybe they were starting to realize, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this quite so much as we have been.
yeah. Well, by what 96, 97, the bubble would burst. So.
Right. Yeah. This is pretty close to that. Yeah.
Because you could tell, because what was that 98 when they did Heroes Return when they come back, and it's like all
Mhm.
those first issues could have had special hologram covers, and they didn't.
They didn't. Yes. They're like, we don't want to do this again.
We have the money for that.
It hasn't been long enough since the last time.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's Marilla, Luna's nanny.
Luna's nanny from the Inhuman royal family.
Oh god, I love them. They're all standing around playing poker, and U.S. agents just standing there.
Yeah. Black Widow's playing the piano. I love it.
Oh, U.S. agent with another one of those masks now. Is that new suit where you can see his face, but not the rest of his head.
Right. And they're all rocking those leather jackets. It's so funny.
Mm. Tony, Jarvis, I've been thinking a lot about mom and dad lately. No.
No, really?
Sorry, Jarvis, I just thought I heard the sound of something knocking very far away. Is it the beating of his hideous heart? Uh, oh, God. Oh, but then, what about this forced drama where Hawkeye's just like, oh, you're good for throwing parties and being everyone's sugar daddy. Whoa, whoa,
Wow.
whoa,
Damn.
calling us whores, Martin.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no,
had
yeah,
they had any like conflict leading up to this?
I don't
Hawkeye and
know.
Iron Man? Like,
Again, after West Coast Avenger or Avengers West Coast 100, after Mockingbird gets killed, I guess he
mm,
blames Iron Man for not being there. But it's like they were in Mephisto's realm. It's like,
y-
what was Tony Stark gonna do?
exactly. That's
I mean, the
ridiculous.
dude could have brought a nuclear weapon with him, and
Yeah.
he could have failed. I was like, come on,
Yeah. What could one man have done in that situation?
he's not Doctor Strange. Come on,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That was ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is all forced drama.
Totally.
I'm guessing for what comes later in this story.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
this weird attack by these guys from out of nowhere.
oh yeah. Well, Vision shows up, and then oh yeah, all the sensors fail in that door. Yes, all these guys in green start showing up, and so most of the Avengers go outside to fight them. Someone forgot to tell the Wasp though.
Oops.
Ah.
And they discover that the man who was being assaulted is none other than Gilgamesh.
Yes, who's aged somehow.
Yeah. The Forgotten One.
Oh yeah, let's not even get into the female anatomy in these issues.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that one panel, man, Black Widow's waist from the side don't look much bigger than her wrist, okay?
She's breathing deep.
That's some more of that some more of that Steven Splat art there, yeah.
Yeah.
Those boobs scare me.
Who was the artist in this one? I forgot.
Oh, there. Let me look. This
Was
might.
this Diodato? It was, wasn't it?
It might be.
It looks so different than the other issue, the Avengers issue.
I wouldn't be surprised if if there's more than one artist on this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look this up because I don't want to scroll back on the app. Avengers Crossing #1. Let's see. Mike penciler and ink. Oh wait, it says Mike Diodato Jr. penciler and then inker Mike Diodato. So unless that's the same guy and they just didn't put the
Oh.
junior, or
Oh, wow,
but
okay.
supposedly he inked his own pencils. So
Huh. I was gonna say it looks so much different than the Avengers
well, he
issue
had a
with
different inker in the Avengers
yeah, it was,
too. So
Tom Palmer was the inker on
yeah,
that one.
so maybe the inks kind of saved them there.
Yeah. Yeah, but this artist was not of the same caliber, in my opinion, as the Avengers stuff. Yeah. It's
Unless he
very 90s.
yeah, unless he rushed it because it was like a double sized issue.
That's true, yeah. It could have been a rush job.
Okay. I'm looking at the notes here. Yes, while traveling through the time stream, Yellow Jacket ends up in the near future Avengers Mansion. Those events are actually a foreshadowing of Avengers Time Slide #1, which we'll get to.
Time slide, yeah.
Uh,
A crossover within a crossover within a crossover
oh
within a
yes,
crossover.
and did you catch the continuity error in this issue?
Which one?
Tony Stark is surprised by Scarlet Witch's new suit. This is a continuity error.
Oh, yes.
Already seen Wanda with her new suit in Iron Man 319.
And Force Works too, right?
Um,
Didn't she have that costume in Force Works as well?
I don't know if she did it in the Force Works before this, but at least in that Iron Man issue we just covered a
Oh.
few minutes ago, he saw her with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
costume. So he even says
Wow.
when he was all distracted, he's like, "Oh, good, nice costume, nice outfit."
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Oops.
Mm.
Yeah, and the whole scene with Marilla getting murdered was just gross.
Oh
Like,
yes, that's the end of this issue, kids. Yeah, after these guys they fight off these guys. Yeah, they take Gilgamesh into the mansion, and then more Black Widow anatomy.
yeah, get a big close up of her butt.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Marilla goes looking in the basement
Oh yeah, for Luna's bear. Yep.
for Luna's toy and
And that's what
gets shot through the head.
this time we do see the killer, and yes, it appears to be Tony Stark, Iron Man. So you said you were reading this at the time?
I didn't read this issue, but I read like the Avengers ones and the Iron Man ones, and I wasn't reading Force Works or War Machine at the time, so I missed those issues, but I was reading the other ones.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was thinking back on it, I was like, I wonder if they had done this differently and had it be a mystery who the killer was, if that would make this story a little bit better. Because having it be revealed right off the bat that Tony is the killer, I thought really hurt this story.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. We'll get into it when we get to the last part or two. But I'm just like, I don't know if there had been more coercion. If he had been more mind controlled, or I don't know, just something about
Like a little bit more lead up to this, you mean?
yeah.
Like,
He almost seems like he's like, yeah, I don't care.
he's going through a manic depressive phase.
Yeah, I mean, once we read the rest, but the other parts, because I need a refresher, because it seemed to me it didn't seem like Well, I mean, it all gets retconned, but it didn't seem like they're
Yeah,
just like, oh yeah, he's been under mental domination pretty much the whole time he's been Iron Man. It's like,
yeah,
really?
the whole time,
Really?
really, yeah. Ugh, boo. Yeah, this issue stinks. Like, there's nothing good about this one, in my opinion.
No, no, no.
I can overlook some of the stuff in the other ones, but the Avengers: The Crossing #1 is junk. This is garbage.
That's the thing. It's extra sized. It has like one of those shiny covers, but it's like if you find this in the wild, it's probably not worth a lot, is it?
No,
The only
I've only ever seen this in dollar bins and 50-cent bins. Like, yeah,
I was gonna say the only way this would be valuable is if everyone else had like destroyed their copies and there were only a few left in existence. That's the only way this thing's
yeah.
valuable.
Or if one of the characters got really big in the MCU, like Rita Damara Yellow Jacket. Like if
Oh
they announced her
yeah.
a series for her, and like this was a pivotal issue for her backstory, then I could see that going through the roof. But yeah, no. This is bad. This is
Yeah,
bad
well,
stuff.
I don't know if it's even this one. It would be this one because it's not even her first appearance or anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like I said, nothing really major happens in this issue. Just the deaths.
Yeah.
And those could have happened in the Avengers easily, in the Avengers title or the Iron Man title. Yeah.
They're trying a little too hard. They're like, see, you have to pay attention to this. See.
That's right. Yeah, you got to get all the parts of this crossover for it
Alright.
all to make sense.
Alright, so the next part, Force Works number 16.
Switching gears and switching teams.
Yes, we see Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman, and Moonraker in what appears to be in the Untucket.
Hmm.
There once were two superheroes in the Untucket. Then I read this story and said, let me try that again. There once were two superheroes in the Untucket. Then I read this issue and said, it. Can't give me an opening like that, kids. Come on.
Even the cover of this issue, it looks like it says "FU" on the front of it.
Oh yeah, I guess the big Force Works logo, and yeah, it's broken.
They're saying "FU" to the reader right off the bat.
F you, give us your money.
That's right.
We know it's garbage. Just give us your money.
Gimme.
Oh my god. You know what? I don't know if anyone's ever done this. Would we be brave enough for one of the last two parts? Because we should have time. I know I talked to Terry Kavanaugh once because Ray was nice enough to invite me on with him, and he's talking to Terry Kavanaugh and Howard
Oh
Matthew.
yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I wonder if I reach out to Terry Kavanaugh and say, "Hey, you want to come on and talk to Crossing?" Sure, I can email. I'm sure I can email back. Is this a trap?
Oh, no.
Or it'd be like, why?
Why exactly?
I made money. I pulled a salary off this thing, and I don't want to talk about it. No, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Well, not with the response, but it's like I have to know. I won't be able to sleep at night. That Web of Spider-Man arc. I'm like, who was Facade? And he's like, I forget.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh god, the guy who wrote it doesn't remember. I'm like, it's never gonna be solved unless someone else does it.
30 years later.
I
Yeah.
know.
I love it.
All right, back to Nantucket. Or what appears to be, because these two are on the holodeck, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Making out.
Little love interest for Julia.
Yeah, but we get the love triangle because that other guy has the hots for her too, Fisher.
Yeah.
See? Oh, too late. Fisher. He was fishing for a date, but he didn't make it. What's this shirt? It's a Julia Carpenter shirt. Do you see that? Mother, lover, superheroine, legend.
Oh, yeah. What is that about?
I don't know, but that's
Wow.
That's not conducive to a secret identity.
Yeah.
At least one of those.
Wow.
But again, I'm like, was there some kind of was the original plan for some temporal hijinks? Because it's like she's making breakfast, and every time she like turns around, stuff. She was cracking eggs, but then she turns around, none of the eggs are cracked and stuff. I'm just
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't read Force Works at the time, though. At first, I wondered if this was a subplot, like running in that title at the time.
yeah.
If they were, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
few from this crossover I hadn't read, and this was one of them. So,
mhm. Yeah. Did you read Force Works when it came out?
like I said, I read the first couple. I kind of dropped off probably after 9 or 10.
Yeah,
I
because
did
you were
pick some,
waiting for
yeah,
Simon to return. Yeah.
yeah. I did pick up some like towards the ends, but like some of the ones
Mhm.
in the middle I hadn't read. Like I hadn't read this one. I think the next two I have read. I did read before, but yeah, this one was kind of new to me.
Yeah, this was new to me too. Yeah. I need to go back and get that run of Force Works because I really like the lineup. I always loved the Julia Carpenter Spider Woman.
Yeah.
I like U.S.
Oh yeah.
Agent. I obviously like Scarlet Witch, and this is actually my favorite Scarlet Witch costume. Is her costume in Force Works? I really love it. I
Oh
think
really? This one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
For
bad.
some reason, I really like it. Yeah.
And I like Iron Man when he's not being a dick. But yeah, but then we see U.S. Agent and Scarlet Witch flying back from the party. They don't know.
Hmm.
They don't know anyone's been killed yet.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Tony goes home and starts talking to
Susie.
Susie Endo. Yeah.
Susie Endo, who we will see more of in the next issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get any of this whole subplot with Century. Like, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he left to do something, I guess. So
Yeah, he was on some type of quest of his own.
yeah, you get a couple pages of that with Sentry, which has nothing to do with the crossing.
Hmm.
I don't think. Oh, and then we see Julia with her daughter, and uh, oh yeah, and then there she's putting roses in this vase, but then yeah, a couple minutes later, it looks like yeah they're not in the vase, they're back in the thing they came in. So
Yeah, and Julia's daughter doesn't recognize um, Moonraker.
yeah, because everyone keeps saying he's her boyfriend, but I've never seen him before.
I've never seen him before.
Ooh. You keep playing up like this, all this time travel or temporal stuff, and then all of a sudden,
Uh,
I mean, when we get to the next episode, it's already off the rails where it just seems like, oh, enemy
yeah,
forces, just
yeah, it goes off the rails real quick.
time travel, not so much.
It's a little of this, a little of that.
I mean, even when they drew out the Spider-Man Clone Saga for 2 years, I mean, at least they did it in a more creative way.
Yes, they did. Yeah. And that was more, I think, a lot more entertaining overall.
Exactly. Everyone loves Ben Riley.
I love Ben Riley.
See?
That's right.
That's her Ray I love Batman drop. So.
I'll have to do one for me, like for like Guy Gardner or somebody like that. I love Guy Gardner.
Oh, hey, we could get a little montage going because Will says I love Hal Jordan. Lil says she loves Jon Stewart. I go, I love Kyle Rayner. There's our guy Gardner. So
Oh no. I would much rather be I love Alan Scott.
okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Guy Gardner, that's totally facetious. Ugh.
I don't know. I know. I don't know if I've ever seriously heard anyone say they're a big fan of the guy Gardner.
Yeah, I've never in all my years
Oh no, I did hear someone
never met a Guy
recently.
Gardner fan.
I did hear one recently. Jeremy Adams. Will and I talked to him. The guy who's writing Flash.
Really?
It's gonna be writing Green Lantern. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh God.
No kidding.
Okay, hold on. Peanut Gallery. I love
Oh,
Sinestro.
so, hey
I
Russell.
love Atrocitus.
Well, let's see. Those are true statements. Those are definitely true statements.
He's from Kentucky, so yeah, Russell's like, I like all those colored fellas. Sinestro, Atrocitus. Uh,
Larfleas.
oh,
You know, Larfleas.
Got to rub that one in.
oh, there you
Yeah, there he is.
go.
Good old Larfleas.
Wild like an animal.
That's right.
All right, so the next part is Iron Man 320.
Yeah. This one's a trip. Yikes.
Yeah. And then I was looking at the notes. They're like, yeah, like the next the next official part was like Iron Man 321, but for them for some reason it was like I don't know.
Yeah, they're jumping all over the place with this stuff.
Yeah. And then look at this cover again, another teardrop. This time he's crying on his helmet. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. What is this?
It almost looked like he's being mentally forced to do this stuff.
Yeah. But
yeah, but this one's weird because I don't know if this is just supposed to be like a weird Iron Man subplot that ain't gonna go too far, but it's like starts in a mental asylum.
oh, with the crazy axe. Yeah.
Yes.
That breaks out of the room and goes flying through the window, lands on the grass, completely unharmed. Yeah. That was a very 90s montage.
Yes. It's so weird because it's like when she's taking that straight jacket off, it looks like she's wearing a tight dress, the same color as the straight jacket. It's all kinds
Yeah.
of weird. I mean, it's not even like like pajamas or like some kind of something you'd wear in a hospital. It's all just like a tight dress.
Little
The
onesie.
the
Yeah.
90s.
And she's got another toothpick waist as well.
Well, yeah, can't complain with her. She's been probably in a straight jacket for years. Oh, look, Russell's gone. He saw Hope the crossing. I'm gone.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
Yeah, after the crazy X escapes, we see Iron Man kicking butt in LA.
Mm.
Stopping a drive-by, crushing a drug dealer's hand, stopping a woman from getting mugged or raped or whatever's going on here.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I mean, I know people always put their own spin on stuff, but like as he invents new stuff for the armor, it's like it like never gets called back. But because like at this part where like the armor can like magnetize stuff and like melt it down, so he's like instead of bullets ricocheting off me, they can catch them and stuff and just melt guns and stuff down.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, actually. But you're right though; they never brought that.
No, there's a
back,
bunch of
or
stuff writers will come up with. They'll never, yeah.
I remember there was something that the Scarlet Centurion armor did that I thought was pretty cool. Something to do with maybe something to do with magnetism. But yeah, I was like, why didn't they bring that over to the next armor? That was a really cool ability, but no.
I guess it's always like, as he invents something new, it's only room for one or the other. So
that's right. He's not that good.
That's true.
He's good, but he's not that good.
That's true. Only one man can carry everything in his arsenal at once.
Batman, my favorite character.
Chances never
That's
zero,
right?
Ray's like, you gotta listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't put anything past Ray. I'm waiting for Ray to be like, this is one of my favorite stories from the novel.
Well, I bet he actually liked the Avengers issues. I bet he's probably read the Avengers issues, and I bet there's certain parts of those that he liked.
I know he's a big fan of Hercules, so I'm sure.
Yes,
he does enjoy the Hercules.
Yeah.
Nah.
But it was just a really nice package.
Yeah, because we see Iron Man taking out these gangs, and then Tony Stark, I guess, built this park.
this is another issue where really not a lot happens.
I know that
Like,
I remember the thinking is this was a weird time in Iron Man 'cause it's like not a lot's
yeah,
happening, but it's like, I guess can you not do a lot? Because I mean the guy's like murdering people in other books, so it's like I don't guess we can't show him doing too much heroic stuff. I don't know.
yeah. And this is why I felt like it was such a hindrance to the story to have that reveal in the
Yeah.
crossing number one that he was the killer, because then in his own book and in the Avengers, you're already like, well, he's a murderer. Like, we already know that he's done this. So
Yeah.
what's he going to do in his own book? And you've already got that thought working in the back of your head that he's just killed a couple of people.
But no, I mean you're right. They should have kept it a secret. Have him do some like really heroic stuff in his own book. Then when
Mm,
they do the reveal, it's like it's a huge shock because it's like, man,
yeah,
he's been being so damn heroic in his own book, and all of a sudden,
right. Yeah, and they could have little subtle hints and things to make you guess at it, but
yeah, like
just
that
to reveal it like that, I think that it totally destroyed the story. And
tier reissue.
yeah, I was like, what's going on here? And then there's this part in where Bethany comes in and he gets this weird look on his face. He's like, it's my responsibility to use this a secured line for StarCorp business from now on. And he grabs her and starts making out with her. It's like, what is even going on with Tony at this point in his life? He gets this diabolical grin and grabs Bethany and starts making out with her.
And I'm assuming that's like bulletproof or something, but it's like, why is she wearing like a superhero jumpsuit?
Mm. It's bizarre. It's so strange. And this whole thing with Machine Smith, when did that happen? I totally missed that
I believe this
element.
kid. Here. I think 'cause I think it comes right. It's coming kind of out of left field because it's I think not too long after this, it's like towards the end of Mark Waid's first run on Captain America. Captain America runs into Machine Smith. He's like, I thought
Mm.
you were working with Tony Stark. And Machine Smith says something like, oh, that was like an errant piece of my psyche or something. And it's
Oh,
like, so it's only like a part of it's supposedly it's only like a part of him or something.
weird. Yeah, that was so strange. When I was reading this, I was thinking, what is this about? Machine Smith?
Pizza roll. What the F is that about? No?
Pizza.
Don't be jealous of it. I'm gonna Lilith is gonna be here at my house next week. Oh man, we
Oh,
should
next week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me Noel's
Oh,
phone number.
nice.
Give me Noel's phone number. We'll prank him.
Yeah, yeah.
Justin knows.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, Regan's talking about me behind my back. But yeah, this whole Machine Smith thing, yeah, this is weird because again, it's not like supposedly he says later on it's just a part of him, and it's just like I'm just like, is Machine Smith like flirting with Tony? It's like
Yeah, it's so weird. There's no setup for this in the other
I would
issues either.
assume we've never seen Machine Smith like this before. I'm like, you would think you would lose all sexual desire when like your consciousness is
Uh,
permanently put in robots and
Yeah, even
he, he never expresses this any other time. It's like,
even an android with aspirations to be a human being has
oh
their
yeah,
limits.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't. And there was no lead up to this in anything beforehand.
It's is this supposed to be another big clue? It's like, oh look, he's a bad guy now. He's working with bad guys.
Yeah, yeah, he's got Machine Smith under his control.
Oh no. I remember when Machine Smith was always working with the Red Skull in the 90s, could have been like,
Yes, he's part of
that
the skeleton crew.
would have been
Yeah,
a better story if Red Skull, because he switched places with Captain America before. What if he switched places with Iron Man?
yes,
Oh,
yeah, that would have been amazing if you had a few issues where you saw Iron Man, but you never saw him without the helmet. You never saw him take the helmet off, so you never know who it was under the suit, and then all of a sudden it's the skull underneath. Yeah.
or he just used a cosmic cube to switch bodies with him or something.
Yeah, yeah. Does a brain swap? Arnim Zola does a brain swap or something. That would have been so much better than this.
Bethany, I hate I don't know how to tell you this, but yes, it was my body, but yes, you slept with a Nazi.
Yeah, just so you know.
Ugh.
Yeah, and
That
at
was
the end of this issue, he's crying at the cliff of the precipice. What in God's
yes.
name is happening to me?
Oh, he was staring into the abyss, and I think it was looking right back at him. Well, no, he like blacks out in the bunker. He wakes up in his kitchen. Bethany, it's like him. They're making dinner, and he's holding knives.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't get it. And again, Phil, like nothing really monumental happens in this issue. Like nothing of real consequence happens here.
yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand this.
And then there's even one more part. Jeez.
Yeah.
Avengers 391.
At least something happened in this one.
In which one? The Iron Man or the Avengers?
The Avengers one.
Oh, yeah.
At least something of consequence happened here.
Well, yeah, because we had like we really didn't have Iron Man, so it's like we could do stuff. I don't like this app. I swear sometimes it says I can't find the
Oh yeah.
issues.
It's been glitchy.
Issue. I was gonna say, I'm sure there's not a huge ton of traffic on going for these issues here.
On the crossing? No.
Yeah, no.
Although I'm sure the crossing, and I think even Russell mentioned it once, the crossing has some fans, and I'm sure it does. Like Heroes Reborn even has fans. Like every Age of Khonshu has fans. Like every single story that's ever been made has fans. But
Yeah.
I just can't see like long-term Avengers fans holding this story in high regard. And
I
thinking
have never seen or heard anyone say this is one of their favorite stories.
yeah, me either. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Page 1 of Avengers 391. Magdalene wakes up naked in bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then we get Swordsman in his boxers. So
Yeah,
for all of us, here we go.
shirtless biscuit. Here we go.
Because he gets drawn into the woods by Tuck again.
Yep. Playing his Pied Piper flute.
Yes, and then we see the Avengers at the mansion trying to save Gilgamesh, but
Yeah, poor Gilgamesh, man.
I know.
Like, this would have been a good time to actually, because we're talking about the Avengers lineup and how weird that was. This would have actually been a really good time to bring Gilgamesh back into the Avengers.
Exactly.
Because Cersei had just left, and she was the Eternal, the member of the team that was the Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously Eternal. And they could have done something like had Hercules go off and do his own thing, or they could have even give Hercules his own solo book for a while, and had Gilgamesh fill that role on the team of being like the Eternal and the strong guy and the god character
Exactly.
all at the same time. And it would have been a cool excuse to use him for longer than 5 issues at a time.
But instead, we had to do this crap.
Yeah. Boo.
But yeah, Vision's looking through, phasing through the entire mansion with a scanner, and yes, he finds evidence of not only Marilla's DNA, but Yellow Jacket's DNA. So, and we don't see who yet, but someone, Janet Van Dyne, finds out who's been
siphoning her finances. Yes.
Basically taking her company. Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm,
Get another butt shot of the Black Widow.
yep. Cold War. I don't know. I no such thing here. But I guess Gilgamesh wasn't completely dead, but now he is because he gets attacked by Newt.
He gets neutered.
Oh, by this little blue guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Who is also extremely strong and agile.
Mm-hmm.
Is even a match for Quicksilver and Giant Man.
He says, he is dead. I've accomplished my mission. What a fool he was to think he could deny my lord and lady. And you will meet them soon enough, heroes. Oh, yes, you shall.
Oh, yes.
And he just melts through the mansion until he gets to that door and escapes through the door. Vision tries to stop him, but even Vision can't phase through that door.
Yeah, that's one place even he can't go.
Yep. So then they call Tony Stark, and then Black Widow's like, I'm having everyone evacuate the mansion, and Tony says, good idea.
Tony says, Tony's not here right now. Take a message.
Brains. So that's the last thing. They all leave the mansion, and you just hear like maniacal laughter coming from somewhere.
The cackling of evil laughter spiraling through the mansion. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
So that's who's coming through the portal.
Oh, that would have been great.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they found Yellow Jacket and Marilla with like the Joker makeup all over their faces, like they'd gotten the Smilex gas treatment. What happened here?
Joker nuggets.
That would have even been better than this. If the Joker had been responsible for the crossing, even that would have been better.
They could have combined Marvel and DC at this point, and this story would have been. This is when that story would have been worth something.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, this probably would have a higher audience if they did a little crossover like that. That would have been the real crossing.
Yeah.
DC and Marvel.
Oh, yes.
Missed opportunity.
All right, kids, that's part one.
That's part one of the crossing. What'd you think?
And we've already changed directions at least once.
Yes.
We've gone from straight up time travel to, oh, hey, there's an army of people coming.
With some weird, vague mommy issues interspersed throughout, and
we got a little
couple
blue
of
guy.
continuity errors, and some senseless murders, just for good measure.
And they're either controlling Tony Stark or he's just gone insane.
Yeah. Or all of the above. I love too how they chose to kill all these minor characters like Yellow Jacket, Gilgamesh, Marilla. Like that was another thing in which this story failed. If they had killed one person, but had it been somebody really important, then I think that would have made this a much more effectual story. Yeah. But no. This is a poor showing.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I think.
All right.
I think we remarked on all the good stuff.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, we did. All right, kids. Yeah. You can send your thoughts on this thing if you want. Justin and I will be recording the next part in a few minutes here. But yeah, again, you can send your thoughts on everything we covered this time. We'll read it.
Yes, absolutely. And if you actually like the crossing, let us know. We won't shame you, promise.
Are we? Please, I would like to meet someone in my lifetime who actually likes this story. Let me know.
Me too. Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if the writers even like this. So
yeah. And this was back when Mark Grunwald was editor-in-chief. During that brief period where he was editor-in-chief, I was like, damn.
Although this was a few years before his passing, so I don't know how long he was sick. So I mean, I don't know. Could he been having health issues at the time?
Oh,
I don't.
That's true too. Yeah.
So I think this is already after his it's after his Captain America and Quasar run. So he might have been having health problems anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, no, because I'm telling you, a full Mark Grunwald would not have let this go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
All right. So yes, kids, part 2. We'll get to Iron Man 321, Force Works 17, Avengers 392, War Machine 20. We're gonna get the War Machine finally.
The War Machine, yeah.
Yes. Iron Man 322 and Force Works number 18. And then of course parts 2 and 3. Yeah, I mean parts 3 and 4. Yeah, we're gonna get to the rest of this damn mess. So
oh yeah. Yeah, there's some real doozies linging.
Oh, we're not even the Teen Iron Man yet.
And then that big double-sized conclusion issue. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Avengers 325.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yikes. We're gonna need some biohazard gloves for that one.
Some Drano.
It's the crapping.
Oh, that's right. All right, kids. So yes, so send us your thoughts on all of the crossing. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And remember, you can find everything Capes and Lunatics, all your one-stop shopping, tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. So it's in the show notes. So you don't have to remember that. All right. All right, Justin. You were here every week. Every month. You join me on We Are the Night, the Batman
The
podcast.
Batman podcast.
To talk Nightfall, and then we'll talk some Asriel. But once again, thanks you for your service to do the things she does not want to do. So
glad to be of service.
As of this morning, she was still thanking you. So yes, but you also record with our pal Russell. So
yes,
tell us all
Russell,
about
who
that.
appeared earlier.
Yes.
I co-host Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, with Russell, where we talk about everything to do with the Hulk twice a month. And then Tomes of Evil, the comic book supervillain podcast. We still have a few more episodes left of that show. And also Predator and Prey, a Yoicha podcast, which we co-host with our pal Ray. And that is also once a month.
No Lost Library of Legends?
That's still coming as well.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a definitive date yet, though, so I'm hesitant to plug that more than I already have been.
That show still got some blue balls, kids. So
it does. I'm getting there, though. I'm almost there. I promise.
Hey, man, take your time. Take your time. It's podcasting.
That's right. Good things come to those who wait. You know.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Hey, you have my eye on you, Noel. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, Pete. I don't know what the pizza roll comment was about.
That's all right. You don't have to tell me. It's okay. All right. That's right, kids. You got 3 more weeks of the crossing coming up. Hooray! Hip hooray! So
yes, buckle up, kids.
Maybe we can explain it by the end. Who knows? But till then, keep your eye on your friends.
That's right.
They'll try to kill you.